How many people here have ever created an expectation for another human being? Raise your hand. How many of you have created an expectation for another human being, never shared the expectation with them, and when they don't fulfill the expectation that they know nothing about, who are you upset at? Them. How does that make any sense? See, we do all these different things and we go through life. Anybody ever start driving, all of a sudden you kind of zone out. 10 minutes later, you're like waking back up in your car and you're driving, but who knows where you are? But you're an autopilot. Imagine if you had more access to joy and happiness. And to have that is to go down a rabbit hole to understanding how your brain really works. See, when you create an expectation for a human being, there's a word that we always use, and that word is should. How many of you have ever said, he should be this way, they should be this way? How many of you have parents that you have created expectations for? Expectations like they're going to pick their kids up on time? How many of you ever create an expectation that they're going to put their tuition in on time and not make excuses? And then they just do the way that they do because that's the way that they are. See, when you say the word should, what you're doing is you're shoulding all over people. Should, S-H-O-U-L-D. When you say the word should, you're creating an expectation for another human being. And then what's happening is you're setting yourself up for upset and you don't even realize it. I'm going to do what we do for other people right now to give you an example. Here we go. Why didn't you do it? What's wrong with you? Oh, I created an expectation that everyone was going to stand up, go YMCA, and sit back down. Did I share the expectation with you? No. So is there any way that you would know what I wanted you to do? But what happens is that we create that expectation. Imagine if you changed your should to could. How many of you have teachers that text instead of calling when they're calling out? And now you're going to be out of ratio. And they should do this or they should do that. And then you notice yourself getting upset at a parent. They should do this, they should do that. Instead, try throwing the word could in there and noticing the difference that it makes, if that makes sense. My parents should pay on time. Well, they could pay on time. My parents should pick up their kids on time. Well, they could pick up their kids on time, but then all of a sudden it's a difference and then you start responding and reacting with them differently.